And I was going to do a video about cameras, and I did not decide yet which camera I was about to use. I could have used a Mamiya, I could have used a Hasselblad, I could have used a Nikon F. And all of a sudden I realized that I had just the camera to do a review, to walk you through with it, which is the Holga. And I'll try to show you how goodly bad she is. And then at the end you can decide to purchase one either on the second-hand market for 20 euro, 30 euro, somewhere there. And I have to advise you in beforehand that she's actually so bad that she's very good at being very bad. So take this with a bit of salt, and let's roll the intro and do the review. But before anything else, my favorite photographer's friend, let's just unpack this that I received from Foma. Because Foma also makes this review possible. Because I've ordered a new Foma pan Ortho 400, and actually the 400 film is the one advisable to be used with a Holga. Foma multigrade paper, cool. Cool. Variant 311. Many thanks, Foma. I really appreciate this that they do. This is really why I continue to buy from them. So they sometimes put these samples that are really worth it, and it makes the client feel pretty much welcome, which is a kind of a rarity these days, to feel yourself welcome. Foma, many thanks. Oopsie. So 2 packs of Foma Pan 100, 1 pack of Foma 100 in 4x5. This should be 5 rolls of Foma Ortho, sorry. This is cool box, really cool box. Rodinol. You should buy Rodinol from them. But this is also very nice. This is really at the low price. And I normally use Rodinol for Maddox because it's 500 milliliters, sorry. These are 2 bottles of 250 milliliters, but I'm going to start to buy it from them because this is much cheaper. This is R09, which is Rodinol. Do I have anything else? Nope. It's empty. And now I can reuse this box because I always do this with the Foma Pan orders. Again, many thanks for this, Foma. Many thanks. But enough with this chit chat already, and let's start and load the camera. Well, it's not actually a camera, it's just a way of capturing light. Let's put it this way. It's easier to adjectivize the Holga.
Minutes later.
And now you're starting to see the way that I reuse the things. For instance, this paper, this sticky paper, I use it around my developing tanks so I can have a better grip when I'm doing the developing. Whenever I get something from Foma, I always reuse everything. The boxes, the plastics, the sticky tapes, everything I reuse until exhaustion. And as you know, since the last time I did the review on the Foma Ortho, I've grown quite fond of this film and I'm planning on using it for now onwards.
Many minutes later.
Now, loading the Holga is as boring as watching a movie 50 times in a row. This is a camera, or sort of camera, which is plasticky, and even more cheap plastic. The irony of my camera is that when I bought it, it came with a plastic sticker saying Quality Control China. Quality control on this camera is like having a dossier on a Formula One championship. It's just for laughs. Nevertheless, the plastic is so bad that you have the general idea if you drop it on the floor, it's going to smash itself into a million pieces. And it probably will.
15 minutes later. 2 hours later. 1 very long digestive tract later.
The Holga was produced by a certain T.M. Lee in the beginning of the 1980s, and it was produced for the Chinese market because at that time there was a lot of 120 film over there that was just, willing to be used by the lower classes of the Chinese. The Holga is credited to be the inspiration for Instagram, and the Holga became very, very famous for being on the hands of David Burnett when he photographed Al Gore campaign in the beginning of 2000. The Holga is normally done to do 6x6 square images. However, for some godforsaken reason, mine doesn't and does 6x6 something, which throws the quality control just way off guard. And here you see me putting scotch tape all over the Holga so I can isolate know the light leaks that she has. And this one has plenty of light leaks, about 2 or 3 of them. And now after the roll being inserted, as this is a foma pan and I can see the packing paper, I can try to do 13 shots by not putting on number 1 but putting it on the second round dot that she has on this window as I'm showing you.
Many minutes later.
And from all the models that the Holga was made, mine is the SF model, probably meaning so f***ed up camera. But anyway, it's time to take the camera out on this sunny, lovely afternoon in Lisbon. Really such a good afternoon to be spoiled by Holga. So I decided to visit some old mills that I photographed before on other episodes and stop in a coffee shop trying to make some meaning out of this sort of a review of a Holga needs a strong cup of coffee so that everything goes more or less fine. But if you look closely to the images that I'm showing you, you'll see why people love Holgas. This is really a low-class camera, but it delivers images with a certain characteristic, with a certain, what the French say, je ne sais quoi, that really works well despite all the negative aspects that the camera has. The images from Holga are not perfectly square, they are somewhere in between a square and an oval shape. There's a strong vignetting on this camera, as one would expect to be. There is this notion of cheap surrealism on an image of a Holga that many people find themselves attracted to. On certain cases, on certain images that I took on this roll, there is also a strong banding. You'll see, it looks like a development error, but it isn't. It's just the camera itself. And by the end of the roll, certain light leaks started to appear as well, which is a bit strange. I would be worried if this would be another camera, but well, this is a Holga. It's supposed to act like this. And I'm now approaching an old windmill, a derelict windmill, which I photographed with my 4x5 about 2 months ago. And I'm going to shoot, I'm here for a very specific reason. I'm here to shoot the Holga against the strong sun, trying to get some flare so you can see how she acts or doesn't against the strong flare. And you're going to see as soon as the sun starts to appear. So the sun now is on my back, and I'm going to rotate, and then the light leaks will start to appear more and more often until I find the sun still out of my shot but in front of me. And this is the Holga practically against the sun, and as you can see, the capabilities of the Holga to shoot against the sun are But for the part, it was time to head back home and to develop the role of foma Ortho 400. And these are the negatives. As you can see, there is a strong bending. So these are the negatives on my Lightroom, and you can see the strong bending here. And you also can see the light leaks coming in from the sides here. And there's another one on top, on the frame on top there. The major conclusion is the Holga worth it? Without any question, yes, it is. If you like the surrealism, low fidelity, low quality image, then the Holga is the camera for you. I, despite of all the negative aspects that I've shown, actually do like the final result, although I'm not going to see it, these kind of images as portfolio images for me. I actually do like them, and I have my Holga. I sometimes run 1 or 2 rolls through it, and I'm not disappointed because my expectations are already set as low as they are. So yes, the Holga is a camera worth having and worth shooting, not only of the quality or lack of quality of the images, but also because it's a fun camera. So this is my honest review of the Holga. I hope you like it. Please do subscribe, and this permits me to continue to do more videos, and I'll see you soon, or as we say in Portuguese, até a próxima.